Alrighty, welcome back, my insidious flappers and various bird-related enthusiasts, to more news on the Flappy Jam. I'm, of course, Larry the Chupacabra, and today we're going to look at 9 or so random picks that seemed kind of interesting from the Flappy Jam so far. And previously, when I first made my original news post, there was only about 16 games available from the Flappy Jam, but now, as of recording this very moment, there are over 214 submissions to the Flappy Jam, from crazy fish to nightmarish little fez flappers and Tetris block murderers and Kiwi birds that turn into a delicious fruit salad, and literal turds. And don't forget Cthulhu. Cthulhu's in there too. I'm gonna check him out next time. But for right now, going through all of these crazy games, we'll just jump right in with a game called AS Flugel by Juno NGX. This is by far the most relaxing Flappy Jam game that I've found so far. And while a lot of games try to be a little bit hilarious or obnoxious with different sounds, this thing, it's just a crazy little spaceman with a jetpack flying through a clouded sky trying not to get murgled. And I found it downright relaxing. And you don't necessarily get points for each pipe you pass, but you get sets of 5 to 3. So it's pretty simple, pretty basic. It's not particularly hard. It's not like each click has a set amount of distance you have to travel. It's pretty easy to control, and it doesn't murgle you too bad. After that, we have the Flappy Clones, which is send in the clones, and I do not see who made it. If you are responsible for the Flappy Clones, do join into the conversation and talk about how you made it and everything. So, the Flappy Clone game is you have a giant pack of clones and you want to try and keep them alive. It's sort of like a gameplay mode where all of your gameplay lives are played all at once in a flurry of murgliness. There's different sort of obstacles. You hit the ground, you hit the sky, you'll die, and if you hit anything in between, you'll get murgled. I don't get particularly far. At some point on my computer, I start to lag real bad, even with just one clone near the end, but it still ends up being pretty fun. I like this mode. What else we got here? We have the Flappy Sperm. So, I figured I'd do one of these. There's 2 or 3 of these, and you've got to get to that ovum at the end of the murgly, fleshy chasm that I'm sure you can put any inferences to which hole you've entered into that you wish. This one's particularly difficult. It definitely holds strong to the goals of the Flappy Jam, which is to make a Flappy Bird derivative that is very hard, almost impossible, and damn near maddening. And it's by Timberwolf Games. It's called Flappy Sperm. Looks like it'll be... it took them a little bit to make it, not long. These are pretty quick games, but they're fun. So check this one out. You gotta get through the cytoplasmic walls. Some of them are narrower than others, and the hitboxes are very finicky. Next, we have the Flappy Kiwi, like I spoke of in the original screen. And the Flappy Kiwi, it's sort of hard to control. You've really got to spam your spacebar like a madman to get anywhere, and if you're going pretty fast when you hit the ground, you will bounce straight into these blades. You gotta keep your momentum going. It'll definitely murgle you if you don't. It's hard to control, and it's inspired by, according to the folks that made it, by Super Meat Boy and Flappy Bird, and it's a game by That Samu. It's pretty fun. I think its death animation is hilarious because you turn into a delicious kiwi fruit and someone will probably come along and put you in a fruit salad. This one, it's kind of slow. It's a little wonky to control, but still pretty good. I liked it. After that we have Oh My Gravity by Evestech Incorporated. And this one, it reminds me a lot of the show/movie called Gravity that's in theaters last year. You gotta avoid space debris. Some of it looks like the Star Trek ship. And it's really difficult, and I got murgled a lot before I could get anywhere, and I'm not super certain what gives you the points, but you gotta slowly drift through space and not get tore up by space debris. It's very simple, it's very maddening, so it follows along with the goals of the Flappy Jam. It's highly original, I enjoy this one. Just for its simplistic art style, I'm a really big fan of minimalism, so very nice job, gentlemen. So after that, we have the Rocket Bird so basically this is the Flappy Bird game for the Flappy Jam, and it was made in a day, and it's, who made this? It does not specify. Oh, here it is. Andreas McDermott. It's very simple. You're some sort of crazy UFO flying through the forest. Maybe you were on a drunken frat night with your E.T. pals. Maybe you were picking up E.T.'s sister to go to the space prom, I don't know. But it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and you can get into a really nice rhythm very quickly. Not particularly difficult, but the hitboxes can be a little bit finicky, so watch yourself if you decide to play it. After that, we have something that I really enjoyed called the Flappy Space Program by Corpse Modern. And this game, your goal is to get as many little Flappy Birds into orbit as you possibly can, and then once they achieve somewhat stable orbit, then you lose control of that particular bird and you get to put another one into space. Your best score will be however many you had in space at one time together, and then otherwise you just gotta try and get even more for your current. Some notes, even after they're in the orbit, they can smash into each other and you'll lose points, and you can also hit stuff that's already in orbit as you try to enter orbit, and clearly it's taken me a little bit when you watch this recording to even get one or two into orbit, and you really need to spam that clicker because gravity, much like in Kerbal Space Program, for which this game is inspired, is a bitch. After that, we have the Birdman of Alcatraz. This game, much like I said with the Ninja Flop, could, on its very own, easily become an Android or iOS game. I really encourage you, Arcadix devs, to make this into a full game. I really enjoy it. It's kind of finicky and a little bit difficult to play at first, but the general gist is you're a birdman trying to escape from Alcatraz. You've made wings out of like napkins and stuff you stole from the cafeteria, and you're trying to get to the mainland and escape prison because prison sucks. So you gotta get through these little pipes with barbed wire, and it can be a little bit difficult and just a tad finicky. But I really like this one. It's got a really strong, simple art style, perfect for the game world. And then last, but certainly not least, because I love the art style behind this and what's up at the top, this is a game by BitShifter called... what was this called? You're this chick called Lillian Gish and the Pipes, I believe it was called. Lillian Gish? Yes. So anyway, this one, you have a little bit less of an obstacle. You have to press W to keep flying around, and you shoot little blades to knock all the pipes off as you flitter around and try to avoid the spikes at the top and the bottom. Not too bad. It's kind of hard to multitask, keeping yourself in the air and shooting the pipes at the same time, but it goes slow enough that it's not too difficult. The goop will shoot you down towards the floor, so try to spam that W when you're in the goop, and just keep flying along. From the looks of it, this was inspired by another game these folks are developing, and it's called Lillian Gish and the Edge of Reason. It looks like they're developing a side game. I've seen some of this on, Twitter, people making like Flappy Bird inspired games from the games that they're working on as sort of a break to kind of just chill out while they're developing a game, and they're turning out some pretty good results, and I'm enjoying them. I like the art style for this game. The Lillian Gish game looks cool all on its own. I might have to check that out for another video. So that's all for this particular little wrap-up and showcase of the Flappy Jam submissions so far. I will do another 8 to 10 video or games for the next video. So if you enjoyed this, if you liked seeing some of your work in this video, or if you want yours shown in one of the future videos because you think it's pretty swanky, like, subscribe, and drop me a comment. I'd love to hear back from you. You can send me a message at alcottcirc on Twitter, where I'll be engaging with the community, and I will catch you next time. So, ta-ta for now!